Hello and welcome to round one of the Stairway to Strat. I don't even know what it's called, but welcome to the first round of my Williams career mode. We're going to do one season in F1 2019, and then we'll be moving on to F1 2020. Well, that's just going to be a fun time. We're here for round one in Australia. We're going to be choosing the Rocket Williams team and trying to build it up in this career mode. We're going to start off at the bottom, obviously, and try and make our way up. But we are going to choose the amazing George Russell as our teammate. And we're going to be seeing what we can do in the Grand Prix, but it's going to be a one-shot qualifying and a 25% race. And I'm going to have a sip of my Coke before I do this, because it's going to be exciting, scintillating stuff. But anyway, we're going to see what we can do in qualifying. We're going to put it on about 102% AI because I don't want it too difficult. But yeah, we're about to get into qualifying now, and hope you guys enjoy.
We're just about ready to kick off today's qualifying here in Melbourne. It's the Australian Grand Prix. Now then, Anthony Davidson, you're not getting any younger, but you have been involved in your fair share of qualifying sessions in an illustrious 30-year career. How do you deal with the pressure when you have that one chance to deliver a perfect lap?
It's not so much about dealing with the pressure, it's more about how you approach the risk, and just how much of it are you willing to take. You're constantly balancing the car on the edge of grip from braking, cornering and traction, and over the course of a lap, it's easy to get that balance wrong, and that's why achieving the perfect lap is almost impossible. As you say, I've been doing this 30 years now, and it never gets any easier.
So here we are for one-shot qualifying, and we're going to start off as we like to go, and we are going into the first corner. P1, yes, and oh, we're tumbling down. We're 20th. Oh no, but we are braking for turn 2 now, going around this corner very perfectly. Second gear. Are we still in? We're 20. No, we're still 20th, and we lost the rear. But we're going to move on to second sector now. We're in the final sector. Now we are 15th. This is going to be a scintillating time for Williams here. We're going to be braking for the next corner into 4th gear, dropping it down, getting on throttle early, braking at the black thing. We're still in 17th. This is fantastic. Oh, we've bottled it. We've absolutely bottled it in the final corner. And we're going to come round to finish our lap. It's going to be P19. Let's continue as we go on. Let's see what Jeff has to say.
Well done.
Jeff, are you serious? P19. P19, and you're happy with it?
Tomorrow's race, but before we begin, let's have a quick look at those who will be fronting the grid. Hamilton, Bottas, and Sebastian Vettel. Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix.
So as expected, it's another Mercedes 1-2 as it always is. We're P19, and to be honest, we're not far off P18. So we're going to see what we can do in the race. 14 laps around this place. It's going to be a scintillating Grand Prix, and obviously it's Mercedes 1-2, Ferrari P3 and 4, and Red Bull P5 and 6, and as expected, for the Williams at the back row.
New drivers, new cars, it's a new Formula One season. But it's the same Albert Park that we've come to know and love for more than 2 decades now that plays host to round 1 of a 21-race championship that takes us from here in Australia across the globe and the eventual season finale at the Yas Island circuit in Abu Dhabi. We go racing today then in the state of Victoria, where the drivers have 16 corners and 3.3 miles to navigate at an average lap speed of around 120 miles an hour. The close proximity of the barriers makes accidents inevitable, and recent history shows us that a safety car is not at all out of the question. We have plenty of changes to the sport this year, with tweaks to the regulations, a fresh-looking spread of tyre compounds, and of course some changes to the roster of car manufacturers. It's goodbye to Sauber, and hello once again to the classic name of Alfa Romeo in Formula One. It's also goodbye to Force India. They've been rebranded as Racing Point. Joining me to take you through all the action of the 2019 Formula One season is Anthony Davidson. And it's great to have you with us.
Thanks, Crofty. Always happy to be here, and I'm looking forward to getting underway. Last year was Mercedes' 5th Constructors' title in a row, although for the first half of the season it was absolutely neck and neck with the Ferraris. Hopefully this year we can see the chasing pack take that final step, as I'd love to see a championship contest all the way up to the final race in Abu Dhabi. Another story to keep an eye on is the performance of Red Bull, who have switched to the Honda power unit this year. What that will mean for both their performance and reliability remains to be seen.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Vettel, Leclerc, Max Verstappen and Albon, Perez, Sainz, Magnussen and Lando Norris, Raikkonen, Ricciardo, Pierre Gasly and Grosjean, Stroll, Kvyat, Antonio Giovinazzi and Stevens, Hulkenberg and George Russell ends our grid lineup. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
I am extremely sorry for that long intro. It's just the first round of the season, so you have to talk about everything. But we are here in the race, and I'm going to show you my setup because it's top secret, you know. Williams doing it big out here. It's going to be a soft medium strategy as always, and P19 on the grid. Fill the car up with a lot of fuel. We're going to see what we can do in the first couple of laps of this Grand Prix. We're going to try and at least, let's aim for P20 in this Grand Prix. I know it's going to be difficult, but we're going to try it. And we have 5 lights now. It's lights out and away we go. We get a good start compared to GIOVINAZZI, and somehow Nico Hulkenberg got P19. That's P19. That's good. Yeah, turn 1 was okay, not bad at all. But we are in the slipstream of GIOVINAZZI now, and it's going to be interesting going into the. We've absolutely dive bombed. What a Chad! But we are up into P16. How did that happen? We've just absolutely destroyed Stroll's rear end. That's the site that I'd rather get out of my head rather quickly. But we are going to move on to the end of lap 2 now. And we've got double green sectors. Not the greatest final corner in the world. Go a bit wide. And it's going to leave us vulnerable to P17 GIOVINAZZI. You heard Jeff, DRS is now enabled. We're going to take a sip of our drink, just in case GIOVINAZZI tries to go around our outside. No, he doesn't. Absolutely unacceptable from him. He should be doing a lot better in that Alfa Romeo. But we are on lap 4 now, and we're going to see what we can do as we go a bit wide, but we're fine. Moving the ERS and fuel mixture around a little bit. But we are going to brake here about 75 metres and absolutely clonk that curb. Fantastic exit. Just kidding, that was the worst exit I've ever seen. Wheel spin McGee. I'm braking about a second after the blackboard. But we are still in P16. Don't know how we're still in P16. Please tell us at williams.co.uk. But we are. I know it's unbelievable, but we're in P16 and catching the pack ahead. We do go a bit wide on that corner, but it's okay. It's a Williams, so they'll accept our car going round a corner, let alone do it with a bit of downforce. But yeah, Jeff has just told us that our pit window is now open. And we'll be boxing in the next 3 laps of this Grand Prix. And switching the ERS around a bit. But, you know, it's all good. We're clean driving. We're going a bit wide on there. Oh no! Oh God! GIOVINAZZI, you dirty boy. Hitting us and losing our front wing. And that's it. GIOVINAZZI, you're dying. No, we're not. No, he's not. You know what? We've lost all of positions. Now, we are coming into the pit lane now, but somehow we got ahead of GIOVINAZZI. I won't tell you what we did, because I think you already know. But we're coming in for a pit stop. Going to change our front wing, because, you know, it hurts. It hurts me. Oh, team. We did not change our front wing. Who's told Jeff that we weren't going to change our front wing? Anyway, GIOVINAZZI has also came in with us. But we are now on the end of the 7th lap. And there's a few cars in the pit lane. And we're going to see how many we can jump. We're in P19 at the moment on medium tyres. And I think we might be able to get our teammate here. No, we won't, because we've just done Sebastian Vettel from 16. Yeah, 16. Don't know why. We're just terrible driving. Terrible driving. I'm sorry that you have to witness this. I'm pretty sure half of you are puking at your computer desk right now, but it is P18.
Nice move.
Jeff just told me, nice move. He was in the pit lane, Jeff. Can you see? Clearly not. And yeah, P18. So we're all okay. And we've just had to take a flat out corner with a lift. That just shows how bad this Williams is, and we're shifting up gears for 0 reason. Oh, this is painful. This is actually painful for me to watch. But George is now in the pits, as you heard Jeff say. But we've locked up, as always. But you know, we don't want to lose his position. Kvyat, fair play to Kvyat there. He gave us space. But we're going to see what we can do against George Russell. Georgie boy Russell, flexing his muscle. And, you know, cheers Gasly for blocking us. Really appreciate it. We are trying to go around the outside of Gasly now. Didn't quite get it done. But we're going to see if we can get it here. No. I'm sorry, Gio. Not Gio, Gasly. I'm so sorry. In fact, sorry, that made me feel physically ill. That move was disgusting. But we are going to move on to lap 10 now. And Gasly's trying to go around our outside, but we're not having any of it. Going into the quick chicane, the death chicane, and we almost lose a car. Please, please. Oh. Somehow we didn't crash. But we are now in last place. And there is little point of us carrying on. What's the bloody point anymore? I mean, if you're a Williams driver, what's the point in the first place? But seriously, what's the point now? And we've locked up and gone so wide. We might as well go into the pits at this point and retire the car. Sorry, retire the plastic. And we're going to see what this Argentinian looking car can do. But now Nico Hulkenberg is out. And that's spiced things up. It means that we will achieve our objective from Williams of getting P19. But we are going to go in the pits because there's little point of carrying on like this, and we might as well just try and get a fast lap in. But we don't speed, which is good, because we usually do speed in the pit lane. And it also just appeared that Lando Norris is out of the session too. So, Williams, sign me up. Oh wait, no, they've already signed me up. Well, we've just had some trouble getting out of the pit lane there, but 6.6 seconds stop. Not the greatest. I've seen Williams do better, but we are on the soft tyres now, and it's looking fantastic. if we pit now, we will be in P19. Oh wait, no, it's P18 because Orlando Norris is out. But we're going to come to the end of our flying lap. Almost out of fuel, but not quite. And going around the final corner now in second gear. Beautifully done in the Williams with the wooden plank front wing. Getting a snap of oversteer there, but we've managed to keep it together. And moving on to the final lap, we've just done a 1:25.5, which is about 5 seconds slower than the average pace around here, but we'll ignore that. We have no fuel, we have no ERS, but we are now going to move on to the end of the lap. Lewis Hamilton's already crossed the line about one corner after we started it, and we got a snap. Oh, that was so close. Honestly, it was a successful Grand Prix. Getting last in a Williams is something that you don't hear very often. No, it's something that you hear every weekend, but we are coming to the line now. We're going to put on the rich mix and the overtake, and that is P18.
Nice work, you did well today. I think the boss will be happy with that one.
Jeff, are you serious? Nice job. We got lost.
And Mercedes have pulled off a great victory here today. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
I'd say it was down once again to good, consistent driving, nailing the corners, working to the track conditions, and perfecting the team's strategies. They got all of these things right today, and the results speak for themselves.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot, a well-earned victory for Mercedes. Let's have a quick look at how the driver standings have changed. Lewis Hamilton takes over the lead.
And yes, Hamilton does win here in Australia. Shut up, David Croft. We get last.
Certainly had my eye today. He made impressive gains during the race.
Yep, Romain Grosjean definitely getting driver of the day there, but we do come home in 18th position with our teammate just 1 point ahead, or 1 place ahead, in P17. Another Mercedes 1-2 as expected. Lando Norris and Nico Hülkenberg retiring from the race, which gives us our team objective. But yeah, Drivers' Championship is in formation, as you can see on screen. If you guys did enjoy today's video, leave it a thumbs up. If you didn't, leave it a thumbs up. And if you're new here, subscribe. And goodbye.